We don't know what to do now. The other boys will jump the herd as soon as we start firing. Let's go. Get them all through?
Every one of them.
Start changing their brands.
Listen, I was just in town.
What's up?
Buddy, the boss got tipped off there's a new marshal coming in.
I knew it was too good to last, operating in a small town where the only lawman they had is called to war.
Yeah, you ain't heard who the new lawman is. Banning.
Zeke Banning?
Yeah, the biggest reputation in the West.
You don't have to tell me about him. When's he due?
The next stage, and the boss says you better get him.
Hey, driver.
Yes, sir?
What time do we get to Clarksburg?
4:15 sharp, Marshal.
Thanks.
All right, let's go. Got him. Well, that takes care of the witness, too. Come on.
You hit bad?
I guess I'm all right. But my passenger, Marshal Banning, the outlaw's got him.
Banning? Zeke Banning?
Yeah, you know him?
By reputation. Where was he headed?
Clarksburg. He's taken over as new marshal.
That's so. Any idea who the outlaws were?
Same ones that's been rustling all the cattle. Nobody seems to know who they are.
Rustlers operating around here?
Grabbing herds right and left. Didn't you hear?
No, I'm a stranger in these parts. You suppose you can handle the team into town?
Oh, I think so.
Take it slow. I'll be seeing you.
Thanks again. Ha!
Howdy, neighbor. What can I do for you?
Nugget Clark?
That's me. If an animal eats it, we get it.
How to do, sir. My name's Rocky Lane. We've got a mutual friend in El Paso, Charlie McDowell.
You a friend of Charlie's, no fooling?
You bet I am. When he heard I was heading this way, he suggested looking you up.
Ah, good old Charlie. Yeah, I want you to meet my daughter. Alice, Mr. Lane.
How do you do, miss?
How do you do?
Charlie McDowell's her godfather. Did he tell you that?
He did say something about your having a daughter. A very pretty one.
Why, thank you, Mr. Lane.
Well, anything you want is yours. Your credit's A #1, so long as you're a friend of Charlie McDowell.
Much obliged. I'm with the United States Army, special investigator. I was sent here from El Paso to find out why the cattle that's been ordered from your ranches around here haven't been coming through.
Then you ain't heard?
Well, I heard something about rustling. I'd like to learn more if you've got any information.
Well, all I know is that the ranchers no sooner get their herds all fattened up and on the trail to El Paso than they're stolen. And the strange part of it is, they just disappear, as if the earth had swallowed them up.
It's the strangest thing we've ever heard of, Mr. Lane.
Cattle don't just disappear. The outlaws must have some place where they're hiding them.
But where? Nobody knows where it could possibly be.
It's a darn shame. The ranchers around here have always had a rough time making a living. Then along comes this war with Spain. Well, the Army needs beef, and so the ranchers make a deal with the government that turns them a fair profit. Then this has to happen.
Bad situation all around.
Yeah, but we got high hopes that things will turn for the better, Mr. Lane. From now on, I'll bet my bottom dollar those herds go through.
You mean because of Zeke Bannon coming in?
Yes, sir. Hey, it's about time for the afternoon stage. I better get me over at the depot and introduce myself to the new marshal.
You won't be able to do that, Mr. Clark.
Huh?
Banning was killed on his way.
Killed?
Most likely the outlaws, the stage driver said.
Yeah. But how did they know he was coming?
Dad and I were the only ones who knew.
That's right. Town council appointed me to make all the arrangements for Banning to come here. Alice is the only one I told.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
Well, looks like I'll be hanging around here a while. Say, how about telling folks you've given me a job here in your store to keep them from asking a lot of questions?
I get it. So nobody will know the real reason you're here, right?
That's it, exactly. Maybe you ought to show me around the place, your stock.
Sure thing. I'll have my handyman. Josh! Josh Bailey! Darn his hide. What do you suppose he's got to now?
Oh, Dad, I forgot to tell you. He went over to the dentist.
Ha! I'll be gol-darned. Why don't he have them teeth of his yanked out and get himself a new set of choppers and have it over with?
There are no teeth like your own. You know that, Dad.
You said a mouthful.
I'll be happy to show Mr. Lane around if he doesn't mind.
Don't mind at all.
Josh Bailey. I'll swear he spends more time over in that dentist's office than he does in this store. And I'm paying him.
Now, keep a cold compress on that jaw. And no solid food for 3 hours. Mr. Bailey, step right inside.
Well, they got him all right.
No marshal?
Yep, I just seen his body down at the stage depot. Now, how about my money?
What money?
Why, for the tip I give you about the new marshal coming in. We made a deal.
You get your money, and we sell the cattle.
Now, look, Doc. You took me in 'cause I made feed deliveries to the ranchers, and I could find out when they was putting their cattle on the trail for El Paso. Now, any extra information I gets paid for, or I quit.
You got a bad memory, Josh. Remember the police at Tucson? You wouldn't want me to wire them that a crook they're looking for is down here in Clarksburg, would you? Get out of here. Say, if you really want to help, you can do me some good with that pretty little daughter of your boss's.
Oh, why don't you forget her? She told you a dozen times she ain't interested, didn't she?
She'll change her mind. Now, you be sure to wash that mouth out with hot salt water at least 3 times a day. Thought I told you to stay out of town.
Nobody saw me, and they wouldn't know me if they did. Got something I want to talk over with you.
It's about the marshal, I already know.
About the cattle. Got nothing out there but a lot of scrubby pasture. We don't give them some feed pretty soon, they're going to be awful skinny.
And the skinnier they get, the less money they'll bring.
Shut up. Hey, that warehouse at Nugget Clark's. Is there enough feed there to last us till we move out?
Well, there's enough.
Anybody keep an inventory?
I do, but then they got the place locked up.
Can you get a key?
Well, yes, I can get it.
Well, there you are. After we hit the Stevens herd tonight, I'll get a bunch of wagons. We'll clean out the place.
That would be smart. Run a caravan through town so that anybody sees you'll know what you're doing. Now, you take one wagon, make a half a dozen trips, as many as you need to, until we get enough to keep those cows fed.
I don't like it, Doc.
You don't have to like it. Just help him, and that's all.
Like magic. No idea who the rustlers are or where they're keeping themselves. I tell you, it's enough to give a man indigestion.
Then let's talk about something else, Dad. Something like...
Something like your cooking, for instance? Miss, this is the best cake I've ever eaten.
I'm glad you like it, Mr. Lane.
Yes, sir. This little gal of mine is sure a humdinger. You know something, Rocky? She's got every young feller in this town sweet on her.
Dad.
And one that ain't so young. That dentist feller, Doc Ramsey. Why, he's been asking her out to the Saturday night dances regular.
Dad!
Oh, well, you turned him down, of course. Shh. What's the matter?
I thought I heard someone coming.
It's Jim Stevens, one of the ranchers. Alice, better get some water and bandages.
Easy.
What happened, Jim?
My herd. It's been rustled. They're heading them for Canyon Pass.
Where's Canyon Pass?
Well, it's...
Oh, it ain't very far. Say, maybe we could head them off. They can't move very fast with a herd of cows.
Are there any narrow places in it?
Oh, about 20 feet, I'd say, at one spot.
Do you suppose we could pick up some of the ranchers on the way?
Sure we can.
Let's go. Miss Alice, if he's real bad, get the doctor.
I will.
Unhitch these horses and roll her into place. That'll do it. Nugget and I'll cover the pass up high. Wait till you hear my first shot.
save Jim Stevens' cattle, all right.
We still don't know who the rustlers are or where they're holding the other herds. There you are, sir.
Charge it to Jay White.
Thank you. I'll write it up.
How's business, Rocky?
Just made my first sale, boss. 2 shovels. Did you speak to the ranchers about holding up their cattle shipments for a while?
Yeah, they thought it was a good idea. But if none of the herds go out, how are we going to grab any of the rustlers?
I don't know yet. Meantime, I don't want to risk losing any more herds.
Josh, come here a minute. I want you to meet a new employee. His name's Rocky Lane.
Glad to know you.
Howdy.
Don't look so worried, Josh. Rocky here ain't gonna take your job away. Why, you're on my payroll as long as you want to be.
Well, thanks, Mr. Clark. Where you from, Mr. Lane?
Well, I've done a lot of traveling since I was a kid. There isn't any place I can rightfully call my home.
I see.
Well, don't just stand there, Josh. There's work to be done. For instance, like helping Miss Alice.
Mr. Clark, excuse me. Would I have time to run over to the dentist for just a minute?
Again? Oh, all right. Get going and get back.
Sure, Mr. Clark.
Nugget, did he happen to be around when you were talking about how and when Marshal Banning was coming in?
Josh, I don't remember whether he was or he wasn't. But even if he was around, he wouldn't have told anyone. Shucks. That man is honest as they come.
Well, it's just that when there aren't any suspects, you gotta suspect everybody.
All finished, honey? How'd it go?
I'll know in a minute, Dad.
Josh is supposed to do the warehouse work, but he's always popping out for a delivery or going for a cup of coffee or going over to the dentist. So I thought I'd let my little gal take a whack at it. Counting stock, I mean. You see, I'm returning a big shipment to the wholesalers on account of my trade falling off so bad. Why, you see, the ranchers have been afraid to order. And them that did ain't able to pay.
Dad?
Huh?
Could you come here a minute?
Sure. Rocky, hoist them up on top for me, will you?
Sure.
Dad, I don't understand this. There's an awful lot of feed missing.
Huh? You sure?
I'm positive. This is the amount we're supposed to have. This is my count back in the warehouse. I checked everything 3 times.
Ah, that's funny.
Somebody could have stolen it.
Somebody must have. But the place is always locked.
Miss Alice, does anybody else have a key to the warehouse besides you and your dad?
There's just this one here to the back door. We always keep it here.
And the only other way to get in is through the store. And I keep that key with me all the time.
Maybe we'd better find a good hiding place for this one.
Oh, wait a minute. Leave it right there.
What if they use it to take my feed? They might use it again.
That's it, exactly.
You mean you want them to... Oh, yeah, I see.
But who in the world could it be?
There's no point in trying to guess who. We're going to find out. And where they're taking it.
This better be all for this trip.
What are you talking about? We're only half loaded.
Come too early, somebody might be passing by. We'll take full load starting next trip.
Out of sight till we get back.
Just a minute, Josh. Where were they taking that wagon?
What wagon?
Now, don't try to play innocent. The one you helped load with feed from Nugget's warehouse. Where was it going?
I helped load a wagon?
Josh, I saw you.
Oh, no, that was somebody else, Mr. Lane. I only just got here. In fact, I was taking a walk.
Let's take a walk over to the warehouse. You're going to do some talking.
Yeah, but look, you've got the wrong color. I didn't go. Why don't you let me alone? I don't know what you're talking about. Must be some mistake. It warned me, I tell you.
Rocky, you've been up all night. Why don't you grab yourself some sleep?
I'm not sleepy. I'm going to try to find out where that wagon was headed, Nugget. Get some rope and tie him up just in case.
Sure.
Oh, no, please don't tie me up. Please. Oh, gosh.
Rocky, you said that wagon landed in the river.
It did. Maybe they took the other loads out the same way and left tracks. I'll be right back.
Don't worry about this old weasel. I'll take care of him. That ought to hold you. I ought to have my head examined, trusting you the way I did. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark!
Shut up! Can't you see I'm counting empties?
Could I lie down a while? I feel awful.
Well, I'm not going to untie you if that's what you're after.
No. Oh, my teeth. They're killing me.
Well, suffer, you ornery old buzzard.
Ow! Ooh! Go! Ow!
Pipe down, will you?
I can't stand it. I gotta go see the dentist.
How stupid do you think I am? You're staying right here.
Tell Doc Ramsey to come here. I feel awful.
Well, it ain't no more than you deserve.
Oh! Oh, I can't stand it. I tell you, I can't stand it. Help me. Help me.
Oh, all right. Hey, Doc! Doc Ramsey!
What's the matter, Mr. Clark?
Josh Bailey, he's really suffering.
Oh, I was just about to open my office. Tell him to come right over.
He can't. I got him tied up in my warehouse.
Tied up?
Holding him for the law. My new man, Rocky Lane, caught him red-handed making off with my feed.
Josh Bailey? Oh, I'm sure there's some mistake.
No mistake. Come on and relieve the miserable wretch, will you? I just can't stand his moaning like that.
Yes, indeed. Be right with you.
Now I hope I can get some quiet around here so I can count my empties.
Ouch.
Now I gotta start all over again, darn his hide. 1, 2.
All right, Mr. Bailey. If you'll just open your mouth, I'll apply a little of this counter-irritant to ease the pain.
I was right about Lane. He saw the wagon.
Yeah, I know. Did you talk?
No. You gotta get me out of here, Doc.
As soon as I can. But if you say anything, I'll... There. How do you feel now, Mr. Bailey?
Better, Doc. Thanks.
Well, I think you'll be all right for a while, Mr. Clark.
Huh? Oh, you got him fixed up all right, huh? Well, it'd been me, I'd have jabbed at every nerve, one at a time. That's tight.
You wait here.
Dad, will you keep an eye on the store? I'm going out to get you some lunch.
All right, honey. Oh, get him a sandwich and some coffee, will you? Now, who in Sam Hill could that be coming around to the back door? Anybody here? Huh. That's funny. Josh out.
Let's make a run for it.
Get to your feet.
Yeah, all right. Don't shoot.
Get back in the warehouse.
Sure. I don't know who those men were, I swear.
It's all over. You folks go on about your business.
Are you all right, Dad? What happened?
Some of Josh's pals tried to break him away.
Who were they, Josh?
I don't know. I swear I don't know.
Oh, the stubborn old coots.
He's not very bright either. He doesn't seem to realize what can happen to him for all this.
Yeah, but I don't know who them fellows were, I tell you.
I'm talking about helping rustlers steal cattle that are supposed to be delivered to the United States Army.
That's right, by golly. It's treason, ain't it, Rocky?
Some juries might call it that.
Yeah, but you can't prove nothing like that.
But we'll have the proof by the time you come to trial, mister.
We might be able to tie him in with the killing of Marshal Banning, too.
That's right. He was in the store the day Dad told me the new marshal was coming in.
Yeah, I remember now. He was sweeping up.
And he must have been the one who tipped off the killers. How about it, Josh? How about telling us the whole story? Not gonna wait much longer. You gonna talk or not? All right. Miss Alice, would you mind going over to the telegraph office? Wire the United States Marshal.
No, wait. Don't turn me in. I'll tell you what you want to know. Only, let me go, please.
I can't do that. Talk now and you got a chance to save your neck. Otherwise, there's no telling what'll happen to you.
All right. Only, if you promise to help.
Who fired that shot?
The room was empty when we came in.
You men didn't see anybody run through here, huh?
No, we didn't see anyone.
He must have disappeared out that window. Well, I guess he got away. Come on, fellas, let's go.
Did you get him?
Whoever it was got away.
God darn the ding-dang look.
Is he
dead. Nugget, didn't you tell me he's used to going over to the dentist a lot for some kind of special treatment for his teeth?
That's right. You got the pain so bad after you left, I had to go and fetch Doc Ramsey over here.
Mm-hmm. So that's how he got word out we were holding him.
Say, you could be right about that.
We're going over and have a talk with that dentist right now.
What makes you think Doc Ramsey's mixed up in this?
A close look at Josh Bailey. He didn't have a tooth of his own in his head. False, every one of them.
Fine dentist. Office wide open, nobody here.
Yeah, and he was in your store when Josh was shot. Let's look around here and see what we can find.
Hey, Rocky.
What is it?
Filing cards on his patients. No Josh Bailey here. No Bailey at all. God darn it, wouldn't you know?
Take a look at this. Jose Delgado. United States citizens are warned against selling cattle to this man in Nogales, Mexico. Federal intelligence reports have confirmed the fact that he's been buying herds for shipment to the enemy forces.
Why in tarnation would a tooth yanker be interested in clipping a thing like that?
He's probably planning on doing business with Delgado, selling him the cattle he stole from the ranchers.
By golly, that's it. And that's treason. Well, he ain't getting away with it. We'll wait right here till he gets back, and then we'll arrest him.
Not so fast. This clipping doesn't mean anything. He could claim he took it out of the paper for any number of reasons. We gotta find something on him that'll hold up in court. Let's pick up these cards and get out of here.
I just can't believe it. I never liked Dr. Ramsey, but, well, a traitor to his own country.
But we still gotta have proof, like Rocky said.
How are we gonna find that proof if we don't know where the gang hides out? We've gotta figure some way to bring him into the open. Maybe put out some bait they'd go for.
Yeah, but what? That's the question.
Wagons are about loaded, Mr. Clark.
All right, be right with you. That's a shipment of feed I'm sending back to the wholesalers, Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
I sure overstocked myself, figuring it would sell like hotcakes. Back it goes.
Say, Nugget, would you be willing to risk losing that feed if it would help clear up this thing?
Risk losing it? Yeah, I guess. Sure, if it'll straighten things out. What do you got in your mind?
If the rustlers knew all that feed was going to be on the road, at a certain place at a certain time, say Mission Point at 5 o'clock.
By cracky, that'd flush them out. Then we'd jump 'em with all the ranchers we could get and shoot it out.
No, we want to avoid spilling any blood if we can. The drivers will let them take the wagons. We'll follow them and find out where they're holding the cattle.
Why, that sounds like a wonderful idea, Mr. Lane.
There's only one catch. Somebody's got to let Doc Ramsey know about the shipment without arousing suspicion.
Well, I sure couldn't manage it. No, you, Rocky. He'd smell a rat right off.
But I could do it.
Thanks, Miss Alice. It's too dangerous.
This ain't no business for a gal to get mixed up in. No, sirree.
But there won't be any danger. And besides, I'm the one person he wouldn't suspect.
No. Now, we'll find a way out. Come on, Rocky. We better tell them drivers what they're supposed to do.
Well, Miss Clark, good to see you.
How are you, Dr. Ramsey?
Just fine. Anything I can do for you?
I've come to make a small payment on Dad's dental bill.
Oh, well, thanks, but there was no hurry.
You've been very kind, Doctor. Business hasn't been at all good, but you'll get the balance soon.
Oh, that's all right.
Dad overstocked the warehouse badly, but we're sending a large shipment of feed back to the wholesaler this afternoon. And as soon as we get the...
You're sending back a shipment of feed? Oh, that's too bad.
You won't say anything about it, will you, Doctor? About the shipment, I mean. With so many outlaws near Clarksburg, Dad's afraid the wagons might get stolen.
I see. I hope he's taking some precautions.
Well, I don't know. But he figures if they can be at Mission Point by 5, they'll be out of danger.
Well, I hope everything works out all right.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, Miss Clark, there's the dance Saturday night. I think you'd have a good time.
Well, I think it might be fun.
I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock.
Well, I better be getting back to the store now.
In a minute.
Please don't.
Well, it's hardly the way I expect a lady to treat a gentleman.
A gentleman? You're nothing but a common cattle thief, a murderer. I didn't mean to say that, Dr. Ramsey. I don't know what made me say it.
Oh, no, you don't.
Please let me out of here.
You're going to stay right here. Floyd, come here.
Tried to set us up for the kill, huh?
Yeah. Where are the boys?
Gonna have them here in a few minutes. Why?
We're going to take those feed wagons.
You know, it's a trap. They'll have a posse waiting for us.
They'll be waiting at Mission Point. We'll pick them up 5 miles this side at 4 corners where the Mission Point road starts. I'll get the boys and I'll meet you there.
Let me out of here!
Don't be a fool if I did that. You're going in here. Come on.
Well, we got the wagons out of town, all right. Rocky, what was that idea of yours about tipping off Doc Ramsey? Something about a note.
Well, you write a note from Josh to Ramsey. Tell him about the feed shipment. Seal it up and hand it to him. Tell him you found it on Josh's body and you're delivering it. What's the matter?
Look, Dad, I'm over at Dr. Ramsey's letting him know about the wagons. Go ahead with the plans and don't worry. I'll be right back. Alice, Rocky, I'm scared for her.
Come on.
That's Alice's purse.
Ramsey must have found out it was a trap and taken her off someplace.
We better make darn sure we grab him and his dirty rats at Mission Point.
Only now they might try to jump the wagons at some other spot.
But where?
There's no time to guess about that. Where'd you say the ranchers were going to meet us?
At Bill Devery's place, just off the back trail.
Well, get them. I'll ride out and warn the wagon drivers.
Any sign of them yet?
Get along any minute. You take care of the girl?
She won't give us any trouble. Now, look, as soon as we take the wagons, we'll start driving the cattle to the border. We'll feed them on the way.
Here they come now.
And we'll cut behind them. Come on.
Hey, something's wrong. We're not at Mission Point yet. Come on, let's make a run for it.
Sure are grateful to you for discovering where those outlaws hid our cattle, Mr. Lane.
They were pretty smart taking them through that waterfall to a hidden valley. I'm glad for you ranchers' sake and the Army's, too, they didn't get away with it.
Thanks to you, Mr. Lane.
Miss Alice, it couldn't have been done without your dad's help. Where is he, anyway? I want to thank him and say goodbye.
He should be back any minute. Must you go so soon?
I got to get back and make my report. Let the Army know their cattle will be coming through now.
Hey, what's this? Pulling out so soon, Rocky?
Sure am, Nugget. I want to thank you. You did a fine job. I'm going to let the Colonel know about it at El Paso, too.
Oh, shucks. Doing nothing more than my patriotic duty.
So long. Good luck.
Hey, wait. Marshal's job is still open here, you know. Maybe I could pull a few strings and get it for you.
There's a war to finish first, Nugget. Good luck to all of you.
Well, we can change your mind. Be seeing you. So long, Rocky.
Bye.